welcome back to somebody on Wrestling and another edition of Raw Out of 10. It's a big show today, and we had lots of big stars on the show, starting off with Cody Rhodes, and we also saw CM Punk and some big matches on here as well, including Jey Uso versus Nakamura, Sami Zayn versus Big Bronson Reed. So yeah, a lot going on as WrestleMania draws ever closer, but starting things off with Cody Rhodes and got thunderous ovation. He admitted to hating the undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns and said he acts the part of the champion every week because the real champion wasn't around. Rhodes failed to go to WrestleMania in 40 and win the title he was screwed out of a year ago before The Rock made a surprise appearance. The Great One whispered something in the American Nightmare's ear and walked away to a chorus of boos, leaving everyone to wonder what he said to his opponent. It was a great start to the show, enhanced by the mystery surrounding whatever Rock said. A new layer is a welcome addition to the time left between now and the showcase of the Immortals, and can really build some extra build for the time that we've got remaining, like I say. So yeah, good stuff. Before next up on our first match, we got rematch between Ricochet and JD McDonough. Ricochet made it 3-0 against the Judgment Day in recent weeks, defeating JD McDonough. The match was a grueling battle and far better than anyone would have expected, even with the insanely talented individuals involved. Dominic Mysterio's insistent interference nearly cost Ricochet the win on more than one occasion, but he was eventually caught and booted from the ring by the official. The babyface followed up with a crowd-pleasing decision with a shooting star Preston McDonough for the victory. A good hard-fought match that kept the crowd invested. This was definitely the right way to kick off the in-ring portion of the show in front of a Chicago crowd that just appreciates great wrestling. It also helped the idea that Ricochet may be in line for a post-WrestleMania push. So yeah, gets 6 out of 10 from me. Good stuff, and I like where we're going to eventually head with JD McDonough dominating the Judgment Day, with Ricochet gaining momentum. CM Punk then returned to the All-Star Arena to an ovation and wasted a little time sparring with Drew McIntyre and world champion Seth Rollins. They threw verbal bombs, including personal digs, humorous quips and emphatic expressions of dislike before culminating with a revelation that Punk will be joining the commentary team for WrestleMania when they go ahead. Visibly agitated, Rollins delivered a stomp to Scott to close things out. This was great. There's clear elimination between them back and forth, and the crowd were all there for it. It felt like a big time for the segment to set up a big time match. It's actually 2 weeks away from what's going to be one of the biggest matches and one of the biggest shows of the year. Maybe we like seeing him as a special guest referee, but I think he'll just be as effective getting involved as a commentator. Before it's time for Ivy against Candice, seeking revenge on behalf of Maxine Dupri. Ivy Nile faced off against Candice. The match, as you could call it, one ended with LeRae faking an injury and stacking Nyla and using the ropes for a cheap roll-up win. This continued LeRae's heel turn. But as the loss is little time, it felt like an afterthought, which I guess is understandable if so close to WrestleMania, but at the same time I'd like seeing it more time. But I think LeRae's heel turn, I think it's going well so far, and I'm really excited to see what she can do as a heel. So yeah, good stuff. Moving on then to DIY against the New Day. What could have been a show-stealing tag match against DIY's Ciampa Gargano and the New Day's Kingston and Woods instead descended into chaos. So Judgment Day jumped into the chaos, drawing a no contest. The Miz and R-Truth got out from the commentary desk and joined the fray, but there was no match for the United heels who stood tall to close the segment. This was the height of the match at WrestleMania. Hill stood tall to continue dominance, which is essential given this stage. It was very much like Balor and Priest's reign nearing its end. But yeah, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. In a way, I don't think I'd like to see smiles, and I was really looking forward to the match, but I think at the same time chaos for the tag team titles is essentially what's needed at points, and yeah, this delivered that. So yeah, I wasn't totally against it. Andrade was then originally slated to face Ivar, but the big man was not cleared, so he faced Giovanni Vinci instead. Another good competitive match allowed Lilo to score the victory and build momentum. The second generation competitor is back, and there's no obvious place on him for the WrestleMania card, but building him through strong in-ring performances will create goodwill among fans while Triple H and the creative team decide what they want to do and beyond the shows. So yeah, I guess it did the job here. Just a shame that he doesn't really have anything planned for WrestleMania, but after that, yeah, he's so talented. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what he can do. So 6 out of 10. Before Becky Lynch was interrupted by Rhea Ripley, and this was more like it. They had several face-to-face confrontations, but this in kind of up their feud on Monday. The Eradicator brought the name of the man's daughter and turned the volume to 11. Between a brawl between them resulted in a pull apart. The strikes are hard and fast, and the emotion in Lynch's voice as she talks about her late father not being able to meet the daughter, and the reaction of the fans all elevated this segment. On a night where we saw great work from Punk, McIntyre and Rollins, this segment proved that women can G just as fierce. Ripley and Lynch deliver the goods here and sold fans on their encounter. So yeah, this was really good, and I think kind of give this feud the build-up that he needed to kind of really boost it. Before it's time for Sami Zayn against Big Bronson Reed, and Bronson Reed actually won a match. The big man capitalised on the presence of the IC champion Gunther and the distraction it caused to put away Zayn, hating the popular babyface's momentum and winning with some of his own. Gunther planted the seeds before the match, telling interviewer Cassie Kelly that he didn't believe Zayn could beat Reed. He had to prove the words accurate, and he ensured hit the bone would not roll into WrestleMania on a wave of momentum. He did and enhanced the story behind the champion and challenger in Philly as well. So yeah, this worked really nicely for me. Gets 7 out of 10. Huge win for Bronson Reed. And yeah, like I say, really builds his momentum, and I think with the whole story around Gable, Sami Zayn doubting himself, I think it tied into that nicely as well. Chad Gable told Zayn he needs the new approach, and when he faces Gunther as well, just going back to that point. Elsewhere, Seth Rollins approached Jey Uso about his interaction with the latter with Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso moments earlier. He warned Jey that the bloodline in the house and he and Rose won't have their friends back. In the main event, Jey Uso squared off against Nakamura, who's quickly evolving into a TV program opponent for every top babyface. A good match culminated with Jimmy and Sikoa making their presence felt. Rhodes and Rollins chased off. Drew hit the ringside area and laid out the champ with a future shot. Back in the square circle, Jey got a spear for the win. The Brawl kind of overshadowed and continued backstage and beat him down. The Rock listed to Rhodes, talking trash to his mother and repeatedly threw him in the bus. He left Rhodes bloodied and then speared someone's special way that ripped Mama Rose and closed the story by talking about their trash. And yeah, this was such a good way to end the show, I have to say. Yeah, The Rock beating him down, really showcasing his heel, finally getting the violence. Yeah, it was so good. And all the smalls with a fun match in there as well. It gets 7 out of 10 for me. This worked really nicely. Overall, Raw this week gets 6 out of 10 from me. I thought, yeah, maybe Raw hadn't quite hit the heights for me this week until that monster ending, which was, yeah, so fun. But yeah, on the whole, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Lots of intriguing storylines, like the IC title, like Raw stuff at the beginning. But yeah, maybe the in-ring quality didn't quite match the level I was expecting in the show, but still not bad. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.